Welcome to the new segment of the grade 9th. We are discussing history, that is chapter Forest Society and Colonialism. Today we are going to discuss a subtopic of this chapter, that is why deforestation. Day by day forest is disappearing, and that deforestation, it is not a recent problem. From decades, we can see that reforestation of a by people. That process has started a century ago from ancient period. Why? Because the main reason of a deforestation, that is cultivation, agriculture. The lash and ash, I think you all know, the small patch of forest has destroyed or deforestation they had did, still also it is going on. Still some places they are using that method. And after that, the when the idea of colonial rule, it became more systematic. Systematically they are the started a deforestation. So we can observe, we can study about this deforestation in our country. The land to be improved. When we calculate about the forest, the 1/6 part of our country land mass under the cultivation. But now that has gone up to the about the half because of population, the increase of human beings in our country. So the how the population increase, the demand of the food, that is also is increases. So demand of the food has increased, the patient extend the boundaries of cultivation or agriculture. So the clearing the forest, the taking the new lands, breaking up the new lands, and that land they are the converting for to modifying for the cultivation. So when we take the example of a colonial period, the cultivation extend the more variety of reason. So which those are the reason? The first one is the British directly encouraged for the production of commercial crops, that is jute, sugar, wheat, and cotton, and indigo. So that production of demand has increased in the 19th century. The Europe where food grains were needed to feed and growing the urban population. So the raw materials were required for the industry production. They are given the importance to grow that. And second one, in the early 19th century, the colonial states that forests were under protective, and they are the given the importance, they are the considered to be the wildness, that also they are the brought under the cultivation, that land could be for to the only the production of agriculture. They can get taxes, they can get, or they are the collecting a revenue from that agriculture product. It was become a more income for the state. They are the giving the more importance, the growing the crops, the how much crops they will grow, that much revenue or tax they can collect by the peasants or agriculturist. In between the 1880 and 1920, the cultivation land, it was a 6.7 million hectares. So we can always see that expectation of cultivation, they are the increase, the still they are the sign, they are the rising up of the progress with the different methods. Now they are the using the different technological different types of the methods for the cultivation. So for that we should not forget that land to be brought under the plough, forest have to be cleared. Why? Because in the earlier 19th century, the oak forests in England were disappeared because they are created a problem for the timber supply for the Royal Navy. Then how could be English ships but built without regular supply of strong timber? And how could they are got a power, how they are the maintained without a water transportation? By the 1820s, when we take the example of that period, the more explores, that is the forest resources of India. Within decade, trees has vanished for to the qualities of a timber. The development of railways in a period of 1850, that creates a new demand of timber. Yes, we know that the railways were essential. They are the required for the colonial trade and for the movement of imperial troops. So creates the development of locomotives, and they are the needed, that is for a fuel to run a railways. And for to the make to railway lines, the sleepers were essential for to take trucks together for each miles of railways required in the that is the totally 1760 and 2000 sleepers. The from the in a period in its 1860s railways network they are the expanded, the implemented, and they are the expanded up to 1890s. That is, they are the constructed 25,500 kilometers tracks, and in the period of 1946 the length of the tracks has increased more than 7 lakh kilometers. So the railway tracks spread it throughout the India, and larger amount of the trees they are the feeded, and they are the in early 1850s in Madhya Pradesh, in in Madras presidency alone, and that is a 35,000 trees has vanished for the only the timber, and the government gave out contracts and individuals to supply that requirement quantities, and those they are the go on the cutting downs the trees because they are the developing a railways. So that's why a forest were disappeared the very fast in those days. So for reference you can refer a ninth grade textbook. Thank you.